Hello, Chris Godinez, licensed professional counselor, also the host of We Need to Talk on every Sunday at noon. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. The views and opinions stated here are mine and mine alone. They do not represent the ACA, the APA, or any other therapist for that matter. I'd like to thank my sponsor. Whoops, where we go? BetterHelp, BetterHelp, betterhelp.com. They are international. They've got 30,000 therapists working for them. I've gotten great feedback from people using them. So thank you, betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez. Okay. So today's question is, I have a narcissist. They're a hoarder. Do they actually love their animals? The answer to that is no. No. So narcissists do not love. Let me be clear, because what is love? Let's talk about that for just a second. Love is respect. Love is honoring the individuality of another being, of another person, of another dog, another cat, whatever. So you recognize the specialness of that person, of that cat, of that dog, and you honor it, and you spend time with them, you play with them, you take them for walks, you enjoy their company, you pet them, you feed them, you water them, you do all of that stuff. So I have seen plenty of narcissists be hoarders of dogs, specifically. They do cats too, but mostly dogs. And here's the reason why. Oftentimes, when they hoard dogs, it's for their own attention. Again, narcissists are all about getting attention. So one hoarder in particular would hoard or gather to them purebreds, lots of purebreds. So but then keep them in kennels all day long, not play with them, not take them out, not walk them, not socialize them, not breed them. Yeah. And then get the money from it, but not hang out with dogs. You dig where I'm going with that? So do they love their dog? No, that doesn't show me that they love their dog. That shows me that their dog is an object to be making money off of. And that person was incredibly narcissistic. So yeah, they do things like that. They do hoard animals, but it's usually for their own financial gain, or here's the other way I've seen them do it. They will hoard animals and then tout what a wonderful person they are for taking in all of these strays. But then again, the dogs are neglected emotionally. They're not played with. They're not walked. They're not, and they're only there to make the narcissist look good. Okay. So hoarding generally is born of trauma. Most hoarders that I have worked with have some sort of trauma. Narcissists can have trauma, for sure, they can. But usually the motivation between a narcissist and somebody who does not have narcissism is very, very different. So with a hoarder that is not a narcissist, okay? A hoarder without narcissism is generally a traumatized person that has never, ever dealt with the abandonment that they went through. Okay. So for them to stay safe, they hoard, they hold on to everything because they're afraid they're going to need it and not have it. So that's generally what hoarding is all about, which is why it's so hard to pry their little fingers off of their stuff, even though their stuff is literally killing them. Okay. So with a hoarder, you have to work on the original trauma. When did you feel the need to start collecting all of this stuff? Okay. Or if they're collecting animals, when did you feel the need to start collecting animals to you? So animal hoarding with hoarders, again, is trauma-based. It's generally not what narcissists do. Narcissists do it for the attention. Show me how great I am. Tell me how great I am. Tell me how great I am. Or they're doing it for the financial thing. I'm going to breed them and I'm going to make all this money and, all that crap. Or they do it because, I've got this rare, purebred dog, and look how important I am because I have this rare, purebred dog. It's like nobody freaking cares. So they do it for self-aggrandizement, basically. Normal people, not normal, but traumatized people that have been abandoned, that have a lot of abuse or a lot of betrayal and abandonment, they hoard to try to stay safe. So sometimes when they hoard animals, it's because they want to be loved and they don't want to be alone. And so they hoard the animals because they don't want to be alone. And in their minds, they think they're doing something good for the animals, but it becomes too much. I mean, how many times have we heard, especially here in Arizona, about hoarders where they go into the house or they go into the ranch or they go into the farm or the apartment or whatever, and there were so many animals that some of them were dead, and it's because the hoarder, obviously mentally ill, overwhelmed. Sometimes there's ADHD on board. Sometimes there's obsessive compulsive. Sometimes there's, psychosis. There's stuff going on. But the basic of it is trauma. It's based in trauma. It's not wanting to be alone. It's not wanting to, to not double negative, not have somebody love them. So, it's a trauma-based thing. And they don't really announce, how many dogs they have and this, that, and the other thing. Whereas with narcissists, they will loudly announce how many dogs they have, this, that, and the other thing. And then when people go over to see the dogs, they're shocked that they're all in kennels and they're not being played with and they're not being walked and they're not being, it's a very different thing. So do they love their animals? No, they don't love. What is love? Love is respect. Love is acknowledging another being's wants, needs, hopes, ambitions, desires. That's love. Seeing them, hearing them, being with them, enjoying their company, just hanging out. That's love. Narcissists don't love. They do not love the way you and I do. They do not experience it. They don't respect. There's no respect. There is no respect. And if you love somebody, you respect them. If you respect them, you love them. Period. So they don't respect. And in fact, I often have seen narcissistic abusers take out their anger and frustration on their animals. Narcissists fly into rages. If the animal doesn't do what they want them to do, Christy Nome, they'll shoot them, or they'll beat them, or they'll whatever instead of work with them. Okay? So that's why I say narcissists do not love their dogs if they're hoarding them. They're not. They're dead. They don't. You cannot. Listen, I got 2 dogs. One of them is a handful. That's Lucky. He's a German Shepherd. He's got enough energy for 20 dogs. Moana, super easy to get along with. Super easy to handle because she's very chill. Okay? You cannot, if you've got high energy dogs, you're not going to be able to handle more than 2. Really. 2 is plenty for me to make sure that both of them are getting exercised, both of them are getting played with, both of them are being paid attention to, etc. I mean, feeding and watering, that's a given. But do you see where I'm going with that? So when you start piling on, now some people can do 4. I have a friend, oh my God. I have a friend, Roseanne, and she's got a pack of 4 dogs, but that's her entire life. She works from home. She's got a job where she can do that. She works with an animal rescue, that whole thing. So they're well cared for. They're well exercised. There's a big difference. When somebody's just hoarding them and not playing with them and not paying attention to them and neglecting them and not feeding them and not watering them, that's abuse and neglect. And that's what abusers do. So usually when you've got a narcissist that's hoarding dogs, it's either for their own self-aggrandizement so they can, show everybody, look how, generous and kind I am. Look at all these animals I saved. Tell me how fabulous I am, that kind of thing. Or they are doing it for the monetary, breeding, that kind of thing. And frankly, there are so many stray dogs. There is no reason to breed dogs. It's not like we use, really, especially here in the city, it's not like we use dogs for working purposes. So it annoys me greatly when there's so many dogs being euthanized every single day in all of these kill shelters, when somebody is going, oh, well, I'm going to get all this money by breeding them, and then they can't sell the puppies. That's often what happens. And of course, people are so stupid. They don't want older dogs. They want a puppy. Oh no, I would much rather have an older dog. I'll take a puppy if I have to. But older dogs generally have gone through that chewing phase. You know what I'm saying? So then they get a puppy, and this is a narcissistic thing to do. They get a puppy, the puppy does the normal puppy destruction thing, and then they get rid of the puppy. That's a sentient being that you are condemning to death by putting him in a kill shelter. I couldn't do that. Narcissists could. You betcha. They don't care. They don't care. They don't truly care about that little life. They don't. It just, don't get me started so much. Anyway, no, they do not love. They do not understand love. They do not understand the concept. They don't really see those dogs as, sentient beings with their own personality. Dogs have got their own personality. They really do. Moana's personality is very different from Lucky's. Lucky is like, go, 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 and just, let's bark at everything, and let's run, and let's do that. And Moana's more like, I'm chill. I'm just going to enjoy. Oh, you want to lay down? Okay. She's definitely my dog. But I love Lucky too. It's like, I appreciate he's very different from Moana, and I'm very glad I got him because he makes me go out and walk a lot. So, but they don't do that. They don't appreciate their dogs. They view them as an object. As soon as somebody tells me, oh, dogs don't have a personality, what are you talking about? That's when I'm like, I know what you are. I know what you are. No, thank you. Get out of my life. It's like they don't honor or value sentient beings. They don't honor or value differing personalities. They're not willing to work with the dog. They would rather punish the dog than actually work with them. When we first got Lucky, he had some behavioral issues because he was at the pound for like a year. So we had to work on those. Okay, you work on them. You spend money. You get a trainer. You take the time. You work with the dog an hour a day. Hello? That's what you do when you have dogs. And if you're not willing to do that, don't get a dog. So anyway, there's my opinion. All right, guys, on Sunday, I'm going to be talking about splitting and inflexible thinking, rigid thinking. So why are they so rigid? Why do they split? All good, all nothing, good, bad, black, white, the whole thing. Why do they do that? So we're going to talk about that and what to do if you see somebody doing that. So anyway, all right, guys, I will talk to you on Sunday. Bye.